Okay, this is gonna be a quicker video because it should be, and I don't even feel like making this video. It's weird when I feel like I have to do something and I don't even feel like doing it. I'm like, but I got to. And I'm convinced that I just need to go get some coffee and then I'll feel better. And I'm just like convinced I have to do this. Like, oh, if I don't do this, I'm just not gonna have a good day. And I kind of really need to try and have a good day because I work the next 3 days and I just feel like I have to have a good day to myself to prepare for going to work. But I am happy that I got 4 days this week instead of 3. And hopefully they don't call me out because I really need to start making money. And I should be getting a paycheck when I come in there. I really hope so. And so then I'll have money again because I have 0 money right now. But I might have enough quarters for coffee again. Or like I found this random $2 bill and I'm just gonna fucking use it. So yeah, I feel like I really need coffee to even do this video. But I'm thinking of doing one like a before and after coffee videos. So that'll be interesting. I'm sure they'll both be sad because I was really sad last night and yeah. And it like kind of reoccurred to me last night when I went to message my friend that I'm just really heartbroken about a lot of things, and it sucks because it's like still really, it's like sometimes you just feel like it'll never heal, and it gets worse. Like it just gets worse when you like when I am realizing how much like loneliness I'm feeling and like failureness, like things that I really cared about falling apartness. It's like I'm like just alienated and isolated. I don't know exactly what alienated means, but I feel like that's what I feel. Like an alien. Like no one understands me, but that's okay. I don't understand me. I don't know. And I had really weird dreams last night about dying. Maybe because I was talking about dying. I do that sometimes. And how I was like, if you had to kill yourself, how would you kill yourself? What did they say? I forget what they said at first. And they said poison. And I was like, what? Boring. I'm gonna drive off a cliff. You know, a really cool, exciting cliff. And it'll be exciting. And like that conversation must have just found its way into my dreams in a weird way, because then I totally just had dreams of driving off cliffs and it being really scary. I was driving off cliffs in Northern California and then I died, and then I was in some weird place, like a house, and I was a ghost, and it was like I was gonna be this ghost forever, like haunting this house, and no one would see me, and I would try and do things so that people would see me, but it wouldn't matter because I'm dead and I'm a ghost. It was very weird. And it was creepy. And then I was just thinking about, I like kept reliving it or something, like wondering how I died and why I died and all the close calls I had. And then like I would relive it, trying to like change it, but then realizing that I couldn't change it. And then I was just like almost like reliving it for nothing. I don't even, it's like, why was I even doing it? And it definitely had like, so many of my dreams have it. They have like this feeling of like there's like this mission and it's like a game and I have to like figure it out, but I can't figure it out, and there's like this pressure, like this time is ticking pressure, and this like just like it's kind of like just like this Alice in Wonderland kind of puzzle though of a mission. I don't know. And I know there's a lot of taboo about dreams and how nobody wants to hear about them. It's funny, and I feel like it's like you're like very one way or the other. Either you find dreams really interesting or you don't. And you think they're really lame. And I'm like on both sides of that too. I feel like everybody could be on both sides of that too. But like, because it's like in one way they're really interesting, but in another way they're really not, because they're so hard to explain and remember that it's just too vague, and so you can't really like. My cousin's kid was talking about a dream he had the other night, and at first I was fascinated, but I lost interest really quickly when I realized how vague it was, and I couldn't understand what he was saying. But I also realized I have a really big problem with actually hearing what people are saying, because I'm so stuck in my own head when I'm thinking and feeling. It is a problem. And I'm not the only one, obviously. I see everybody else doing it with me and stuff, like a lot of people. So it's, it's a common problem, but it's annoying. It's annoying because I don't even feel that way. Like, I don't even, like, care about my stuff that much. I'm really a lot more interested in other people. And yet, still so focused on mine. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like that's why I have to do these videos, because it's like there's no outlet for them. Like, my thoughts and my things and my thinkings. Some people do a lot of journaling. And it's like, I should do that because it's more private and I could say whatever I want. I should journal more. But for some reason, I've never really been super big on it. I don't know why. Maybe I just really haven't tried enough. I don't know. I definitely feel like it's so hard for me to articulate what I'm thinking sometimes that it's like harder in writing. And that's why I like talking. Because sometimes it's like work to even keep up with my brain, even though sometimes it's really slow too. And I don't know, it's just like I just need it to tumble out. I don't know. But I want to try. There's a lot of things I want to like. And that's what I realized too. It's like a lot of it's just getting in the habit of it, practicing it, doing it, repetition. Just keep doing it, and then it'll become more natural. So, yeah. Maybe, I will start to try and do that. There's like so many things I should start to try and do, but that's another thing I was kind of realizing when I was about to do this little video, which is that I feel like I actually, and it's winter, okay, so bear with me, but I feel like I expend if that's the word, a lot of energy. Literally so much. I'm in just fighting my depression. And I don't know. I feel really tacky, corny just saying that. I feel like, um, I feel like I make a lot of people really, concerned about my mental health when I actually say what I think and feel, which is embarrassing. Oh, there's the UPS guy. I don't know why that's just funny and interesting to me, but it is. Maybe it's just distracting. Well, it's always interesting to see who comes at the door. There's some interesting UPS characters out there. I don't know. Are they coming here? I think so. My cousin definitely orders a lot of stuff. Lots of people order stuff now. Yeah, they are. It's probably something I should go take in. Okay, anyway, yeah. I just spend a lot of energy fighting it. Like, well, it's weird. On the one side, I do this thing where I'll stay up late and then I like to sleep in. But some of the sleeping in isn't necessarily for my own good. It feels like I just don't have the motivation to start the day. And then I'm just like fighting with the battle of like, no, you cannot postpone it, procrastinate it any longer. You just have to go and start the day. And that, like, it's hard for me a lot. Like, I can't. I'm just gonna keep sleeping. And I've always, like, I've been a lot like that. Like always. Except maybe when I was really, really, really little. I feel like I got up earlier. But definitely for the most part, I've been notoriously bad with waking up early and staying up late. And then I always think, well, it's fine. And you know, it is fine. I hate like feeling like so bad about it. Because it's like, well, you know what? I do me, you do you. We don't all have to be 7 a.m. people, Janet, okay? I don't know why. Janets and Karens are such funny names to use, but oh my god. You ever realize, like, not trying to say anything mean is, like, impossible? I think, actually. And so the waking up part's hard. And then, like, even just, like, doing things once I'm up. I usually just wake up and then kind of instantly want to check my phone for messages, and then I don't really have any and I get sad. And then I go and I look at the videos on YouTube, and you know, I have certain ones I just watch regularly now, so I just go right to those, and they get me going, my tarot videos and stuff, and that's how I start the day. And that can be, I mean, the tarots help, but I don't know, the phone attachment stuff I know is unhealthy. I know too, because there were times where I lost my phone and I didn't have it for like a month, and it like sucked really bad. But it was also like really helpful in a lot of ways, because I couldn't go on it, so I would actually have to start the day without going on my phone. And like go throughout the day without going on it, and it's kind of like amazing, like how like mind clearing that can be in a way. Do you feel like you have like nothing all of a sudden? Yeah. And you can't talk to anybody or anything. You're just like in like no man's land. And it's like so bad, but also like so good. It's really weird. Um I don't really know. I'm a little frustrated with myself. I keep thinking about the dreams I had, but I'm pretty frustrated with myself, but it's okay. We all make mistakes. I just sometimes this is where I'm really like, is this what I want to be doing? And that goes in context of everything, but also just like in these videos right now, because I'm like, do I really want to be like talking about these things and then putting them out there? That's just so insane, right? And yet I feel like I need to, and I just don't even know why. Honestly, I don't know why. I'm very confused. Like, honestly, um, I just yeah. Okay. Shit. I just realized something too. Fuck. Fuck. Okay. I'll bite the bullet a little bit. Just because here's the other thing. Here's the thing. And this might be why I do these things too. Is when I feel like I can't do something, it makes me want to do it a whole lot more in a way. Like I feel like I won't be okay now until I do it. Call it the Aries in me or whatever. But you know, I always feel like there's more to everything than astrology, as much as I love it. It's not like there's so many factors here, but it's definitely pretty Aries. And it's just like, so like the minute I feel like I can't do something, I gotta do it, which is bad because I'm realizing that it makes me do a lot of bad things. And so like, yeah, now I feel like I can't say these things because they're bad and embarrassing, but then just feeling like I can't do it makes me like, well, I can do it anyway. And then it's like a challenge, like, what? So I'm gonna do it. Although it feels like against my will at this point, but I could go on about the against the will motif, which is also kind of just cracking me up in this way, but because of the word will, like, as a name. Okay, so pretty typical me. I went out and I got way too drunk. I keep thinking, I'm like, did I really drink that much? And the thing is, I mean, in a way I did, but if I would just eat more, it wouldn't be that much. But I have been eating more lately, and that's weird too because it's half I'm really poor and half um I'm just really self-conscious about gaining weight right now because I'm just in a very insecure, vulnerable place right now in my brain. And I mean that's true all the time. So but so I blacked out, and as soon as I woke up the next day I was like, Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Because I know that every time I black out, it's bad. I don't think there's ever been a time where I blacked out and nothing bad happened. It's never happened. Which is funny because at first I tried to think, well, and I told my cousin, like, well, have you got any text messages? And I was like, no. And I was like, well, maybe I didn't do anything bad. Maybe everything was fine. I didn't get any weird messages or anything. But then, I mean, the person that I've been talking to is not a big communicator, so it wasn't surprising. And I knew it. I was trying to believe that maybe, just maybe, there was a way. There was a possibility that maybe I was weird, but it wasn't that bad. But and it wasn't that bad, but like I knew it was. And it's always the same thing. It's me being. I am against the word promiscuous, and I don't feel like getting into it right now. My disdain for that word goes right up there with slut and stuff. But so I don't know what the word is that I would actually use. I mean, the biggest one I can say is flirtatious. Yeah, I don't know, it's like the least shaming. But it's like a very extra flirtatious where I was like touching up on this guy and dancing up on him or something. And then it was like the guy I've been going on dates with, friend, and 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 he's engaged, so he wasn't happy about that. And then the guy I've been going on dates with wasn't happy about that, and he was all like, "You need to stop touching him and stuff." And I just got mad at him and then walked away and disappeared, and they didn't even really know where I was for 15 minutes, he said. And then they found me dancing with some other guy all flirtatiously, and then they just kind of yanked me out and took me back because I went with them to the bars. So, like, if they had just left me, I would have been really stranded, and that would have been really bad. Which I don't think, I think maybe he did contemplate doing, but then was like, no, I can't do that. But he was like, but if you do that again, I'm definitely going to do that. As in, just leave me stranded. I was like, cool, well, thanks for being understanding. Sorry. And then I just had to be all like, sorry. And he was like, it's okay. What did he say? He's like, I know girls just like to test guys, you know. And he said it in this way. And I was trying to explain how, like, that's not me, and I really didn't remember any of that, and I feel really bad, like, and it's really embarrassing, because, like, it's not me, and, like, I know that they all got that, but it's weird how people can, like, get that, but also not get that. And then it's weird, like, I don't know, maybe then I have to wonder, like, well, is it me? Maybe I am just really, like, flirtatious, though, but, like, but I definitely don't agree with that saying, like, oh, drunk you is the real you, or like that's when the truth comes out. Like, it's no, no, it's kind of complicated. I don't know how to explain it, as I don't understand it either, and it's really weird. It's like it can let out these like other parts of you that maybe could be you, but like there's reasons why they're not just normal you. Like, I don't know. Like, you are not just your inner demons and like, what is it? I've been reading, watching the tarots and them talking about the strength card, and it's like the woman with the 8 halo and the lion is supposed to represent like your inner beast that you can unleash, but you don't have to unleash it all the time. You have to learn how to tame it, kind of way. But it's weird because it's like I feel like it shouldn't be in like a break your spirit kind of way, like break a horse. Like the horse should be wild and free, but like you don't have to be like so like it's good to dial back the ferocious. I don't know. Like the wild is like seriously, uncivilized. It's a terrible place where like they might eat their young or something, and horrible things. Like there's like a reason I think like we're trying to evolve from that, but it's like weird because you don't want to like leave it all behind and just become like this weird robot thing. And am I really gonna say this too? I feel like I say everything else. And then there it comes again. I'm like, oh well, you can't tell me I can't say anything. I'll just anyway. But I'm really like shouldn't be saying these things. I can't do it. Okay, I'll do it. No, I can't. Okay, so they yank me away. And I go back with the guy that, apparently I went to McDonald's at some point, I guess. And then I guess I went back with just the guy I've been going on dates with, probably to charge his Tesla, yeah. And we watched Family Guy as, you know, and then hooked up in the car, which has been a thing, and like apparently I was like extra hot about it, cause that's also what happens when I'm really drunk sometimes and blackout. Is I just it's in keeping with the flirtation. It's just like I don't like the word horny either. You gotta come up with a better word for the love of God. Why are all these words so fucking stupid? um, and so I feel, and then like he's telling me about this the next day, because I'm like, so what happened? I don't remember. And um, I was all like, yeah. He was like, well, that can't happen again. And I was like, well, I don't want that to happen again. I don't want to get that drunk ever again. Like, this is why I've been trying not to drink. That's why I told him I've been trying really hard to not drink. New Year's, I didn't even drink. I really haven't, and that's the dumb thing though, is I haven't been drinking, and then I've just been drinking to hang out with this guy. Which is this thing that people have been bringing up to me. Like, if you feel like you need to drink to be out on a date with them, maybe you don't really want to be out on a date with them. And then it was just weird because then I feel like it's made me more inclined to hang out with them, because I'm like, well, I'll hang out with them and I'll go to the bar and I'll get a drink and I'll have fun. I don't know what I'm saying. And it makes me also, I hate also another stupid word, but there's like this underlying gold digger vibe too, and I'm really not trying to be like that. I really also just have no money. Um and I really did just want to like meet somebody and not be so lonely, and it's kind of just turned into this thing where like I go on a date with him, he pays for everything, and then we hook up in his car because I can't go to his parents' house because that's I'm a hook up in the car girl. I don't know, man. It's so weird, and people there's a lot of immaturity to go around in this theme conversation here. I don't know. I really am losing traction of what I'm saying here. So I feel like that's why and so I was like, yeah, I don't want to drink like that anymore. And he was like, hey, you can drink like that, just like don't do that. And then in my head I was like, do you not get the nature of like what was going on? I get too drunk and I lose control and I do things I wouldn't do. How am I supposed to make sure that doesn't happen again? If I drink that much, that will happen again. Which is weird because it's like I was realizing it with myself too. Like, oh yeah, like I keep thinking I can balance it. But in a lot of ways, I just can't. I never know when that's gonna happen. There's always a possibility that that's gonna happen. There's always a possibility that I'll end up taking too many shots and I will, you know. And I really wonder how some people can't. I mean, can. Because it is in the nature of drinking to just want more and more and more, and it takes away your sense of judgment. That's what I always remember in driving education was like drinking impairs judgment. So you will not realize that you are good after 3. You will want one more and one more and one more. Yeah, and then I was just annoyed because I felt like well, 2 reasons. He doesn't want me to not drink like that because he likes partying like that. And maybe he thought I was more fun in the beginning. And then in the end, which was the other thing, it was like, oh, well, you definitely don't want me to stop drinking because. And then I'll have hotter hookups with you. And that's all it's about for you. And then I'm just realizing too, like I feel like I can because I just take away all the parts of myself that know that I'm not really feeling this person that much. And I hate how feeling that way makes me feel so evil. Because I know how hurtful that can be. And it's like I know how much walls they have. I don't know. Because I have a lot of walls. I don't know. And I was talking about this with my dad. Like, I just see, like, so many sad, broken people. I told them that, too. They're like, oh, you're, like, all psychic-y or something. Like, I was like, I feel like I can feel things people are hiding. And they're like, oh, yeah, like, what? I was like, well, you guys are really sad. And they're like, what? No, we're not sad. And it just cracked me up, too, because they were so like, what? No. No way. I'm not sad. You're sad. People that are just so out of tune with their emotions and their soul. And it's funny too, because like, you know, they really like Elon Musk, and Elon Musk has become this prime example of someone that is like out of touch with their soul and emotions. And you know, they have that trend of 2024, this is out, this is in. And I was joking, like, Elon Musk, like, Earth is out, Mars in. It's just like, I don't know. So, yeah, and the story keeps going. It's almost done. Okay. I know it's funny because, they, like, you know, they hit me up the next day, as I'm waking up and realizing, fuck, I don't remember what I did. And my clothes were all inside out, which I thought was just funny. So I was like, well, okay, we definitely did hook up. So then in my head, I was like, well, then maybe things weren't that bad. Because if they were that bad, then we wouldn't have hooked up because he would have been mad at me. Would have just dropped me off, right? Just saying that is cracking me up. Like, do you not know the world you live in, else? You know better than that. Another topic I'm not getting into right now. So he hits me up and is like, hey, what are you doing? And I was like, nothing, just chilling. He was like, nice, I just got, let's get Taco Bell. I was like, that's really random. But I was like, okay. Because in my head, I'm like, well, I need to get to the bottom of what I did. And maybe in my head, I kind of knew that was what it was. But I wasn't sure. I thought, well, maybe he just really likes me and wants to go to Taco Bell. I did actually think that. Because I can actually be, like, shockingly naive, honestly. I really can be. And I felt like I could remember, even though I didn't. Like, I don't. Like, when I black out, it's just gonzo. But it was like I could remember the hooking up. Because I felt it in my brain and my body and, like, my energy. I just, like, this, like, very, like, sexual feelings. And I was just like, I knew stuff went down. And I had this bruise on my arms, and I was like, okay. So then I was like, well, it must have just been so good he really likes me and wants to just go to Taco Bell and maybe do it again and get high. And I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just do that because I'm just, like, addicted to Lust World and Taco Bell now. Like, yeah. I'll smoke some weed. It's a great way to knock off a hangover. To just get high. Fun fact, it's kind of not. It is and it's not. This story has, like, so many levels to it, as all stories do. Because I was also hanging out with my cousin's kid, and he didn't really want me to leave, and we were just having fun sledding and stuff, which... Ugh, the layers of the onion. So I just felt bad. Like, I should have stayed with my family and done wholesome things and not been such a psychopath. And it's like, and my cousin made a really nice dinner, but I just left. It's like I wish I just thought ahead more. There's so much things that I just do, and it's just like, why just think about it a little more, you know? It's the same thing with the sledding and stuff. I was like, like, let me just go out in my, like, extra slippy shoes that have no traction because, like, because I actually want to slip around in the ice. Let me just be more dangerous. And anyway, I'm sorry, I'm thinking a lot about things here. And so, it wasn't just hang out and go to Taco Bell. It was, go to different CVS's to find which one has the Plan B, which isn't really a big deal. It's where I've taken that quite a few times now. Started out on the pill, which is funny because he, like, oddly agrees with me on that. Like, yeah, I mess with your hormones. I'm like, yeah. The way he talks about it. And it's like, I would have wanted to take it anyway. But it was just like the way he like kind of made me. And I was like, I was even like, what would you do if I was like, no? And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, would you just. And then he was like, I just don't think this is the right time. And that blew me away, actually. Because it's like, you think I'd actually have a kid with you. But he does hold my hand a lot. I, I don't know what kind of, like, dimension I've just put myself in with this person that reminds me of exes in this just mind-boggling way. And it's just like, I don't think they even see how controlling they are, like, at all. And again, it's like one of those things that they don't even get it, but they do, but they don't. And I just, yeah, and the whole thing just, I felt really lame. And then he was like, and I got you the nice water bottle. And he had a coupon for Taco Bell. And he was like, yeah, and you gotta eat because it'll hurt your stomach if you don't eat. He was like, I actually don't know that, but I think so. He's like, I have done this before one time. And I was like, I don't know. Like, it was just so weird. It's just like the way he treats me and talks to me makes me feel like a thing, like an animal, like a pet, like not an equal human being, like this scary baby making machine liability thing. And it's pretty like crazy to me how much you can find that in like a lot of different guys. Almost every guy you meet. Like the Barbie movie doesn't even know how bad it is. Greta Gerwig, you don't even know how little the surface is scratched. And how problematic that movie still somehow is. And like I do love the Barbie movie, but there's it I'm really irritated in the fact that the end of the movie is going to the gynecologist, like that's reality, which I get it. I get the thinking there in a way. But it feels kind of Elon Musky. Like, yes, you know what reality is? You know what it really means to be a human? This this kind of like car maintenance kind of shit. That's real life. Real life is like just the gross nitty gritty things that make us human. Like let's be realistic here. I don't know. Realistic and reality are not the same thing. A thesis isn't. A thesis is kind of like what my dad was saying about New England and how they talk a lot, but it's all just filler. Which is giving me like SpongeBob sentence enhancer vibes where they all just sound like chirping, squeaking dolphins. I'm really losing my trains of thought now. Um and yeah, I don't know what else to say. No. So Sometimes it really just does feel like things have been bad for so long and it just like keeps going. Last night was really sad too because, I came back and I felt bad that I left. And because then I realized, oh, this is the night the kids go back because it's a divorce system. And like they were sad to leave, and I was sad that they had to leave. And then, like, it's like the kids leave and then the house just gets empty again. And my cousin was really sad and depressed about it, and he was just talking to himself, cooking, like, I cook when I'm depressed, I guess. He kind of does this really goofy talking to himself thing. It's really cute. But yeah, I feel it, and I was just. And he was like, it's weird how you think you're gonna get used to it, but it's not really happening. Sometimes it's just like harder and sadder. And I don't know, it felt like very in the vibe. Like the kids were being just extra sweet that day too, in this crazy way. And I don't know, and everything just felt so extra like something that day. And yeah, just like this vibe of like, maybe we're never gonna get used to this. And some days it's just really gonna suck and there's nothing you can do about it. I talked to my friend, and my friend could tell I was upset, so she sent me a voicemail. And her kid telling her that she loved me too. So I miss her too. I hate missing kids. I was like, it's just, I don't know. It's hard missing kids. And like they're gonna grow up without you, and you're gonna miss these like important times. I don't know. And it's just so fragile. Um, and she was like, I love you. And my friend was all like, just feel what you're feeling and know that, it'll get depressed sometime and then, it'll get better and it will come back. But it's okay. It's kind of just life because I was just like, I'll feel all over the place, but the depression just always comes back. But yeah, hello kitten. Yeah, it goes around, comes around. I'll be happy again. But sometimes you just gotta be sad for the things that she was saying to you. Like, you have a lot of things to be sad about, and you have the right to be sad about them, And that was the other sad thing, too. She was just like, I feel like it's been hard for you for a while. Like, you had a lot of things happen, and it's been hard for you for a while. I'm like, but it's gonna get better. But then I just felt like, wait a second. I feel like I've heard that before. And it doesn't. Because that's the thing, is like, life is hard, and life doesn't really get better in the way that a video game doesn't get easier when you go through the levels. It gets harder. But I don't know. I guess there are periods of just lots of shit and then good things happen. And it's funny because good things happen in the mix of a lot of bad, so it's very confusing. But it does feel like there's just been a lot of bad. And I've been wondering and waiting for a long time, like, when the good's gonna happen again. Or will it ever? Or was it ever? You know? These are some really weird existential questions. And I don't know. But it's also not as bad as you think. There's like so much to still like be grateful for. Like I have a roof over my head, and there's a kid, and there's food, and negotiate, and I got my 4 days because I was afraid they were gonna try and just give me 3, but I got 4 days. I have a job. I was just realizing I'm really bummed though because I lost my ID, my driver's license, and so I'm not gonna be able to cash that paycheck without it. It's a big bummer, but I can figure that out too. I can just get another one issued. It sucks too because it's my California one. How am I gonna get another California one living in Connecticut? Like, is that gonna be hard? Are they gonna think I'm crazy? And I've wanted to keep it because there's a part of me that still feels like I want to be back in California before my license expires because I want it. I want to keep driving. I don't want to have to take another test either. I just want to keep it. It's funny too because in a way it could be good because it's like, oh, I can't go to the bar without an ID. But I need that shit. I'm not gonna get any money. Okay. So this is an hour. Kim, would you like to come in and end the video with me? The answer is nope. If I post this, I swear to God, I've officially lost my mind, but it's okay. I do want people to know that I'm okay. I know it can seem like I'm a very troubled person, but I'm used to it, so I'm fine. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. And I will tell you one thing. I'm gonna get that coffee, and then we can have before and after videos, and you'll see that I'm fine. I just need some coffee and to go on a walk, and it's cool because I don't have any coffee here. I have the decaf, but I feel like I need an extra pick-me-up, so I need the actual calf. So I'm gonna go to the Dunkin', and that's gonna already force me to go on a walk, and I think I need the walk too. And it'll be a total before and after 180, and I'll feel much better, I think. So yeah, it's my story. I don't have a thesis for the story yet. It's just a story. Yeah. It's so weird to figure out how to end these. Love and peace. I'm quoting Vash the Stampede. Okay, bye. Love and peace.